Greetings to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to discuss about what's lacking in Platinum and why. Well, so the first thing I would say is that I'm a huge fan of Takashi Obata and Oba together. They have worked on Death Note and Bakuman before, and I'm a huge fan of Death Note, and I really like Bakuman too, even though I haven't finished it, but I really like it. And I have like all the mangas, and Death Note is literally my favorite anime. And as like artist, Takashi Obata is my favorite artist. So when I heard that they will be working together again, I was excited. Like two giants who have made two masterpieces before. One of them is such a great writer, and one of them is such a great artist. When they will come back together again, obviously the story is going to be really exciting, and the anime or the manga is going to be really good, right? Well, I checked the scores, and Platinum and only had 6 out of 10, both manga and anime, which is really low, to be honest, for them at least. So I was wondering what could be wrong. Like, what is lacking in Platinum and that wasn't lacking in other series, and why is it only 6 out of 10? Because it seems really low to me compared to their other works. So let's try to maybe find out what's lacking in Platinum End. When I watched the anime, it felt like it's lacking something, and I wanted to figure it out with you guys. And I think the biggest flaw of Platinum End is Oba and Obata itself. Okay, stay with me here. First, let's talk about Obata. Obata is my favorite artist, like I told you before, because how good his art is, the expressions, the details, and how he is the master of Copic markers. His art is just beautiful. I mean, just look at his art. He is my favorite mangaka out there, but when it comes to the anime of Platinum End, I think the animation loses a lot of its charm and what Obata brings to the table. Obata's art has a personality
And let me guess, you have a great personality.
which in the animation it doesn't, and it gets dull a lot of times. Like there are scenes in the anime where I know are supposed to hit me, and I feel it that it should, but it isn't that hard. And the same thing would probably hit more harder in the manga because of Tagashi Obata. And the anime is not just happening, it feels like it's lacking something. It's underwhelming and dull at sometimes. Now let's talk about Oba. So by the way, the story of the Platinum End is about Mirai, our main character. One day he decides to commit suicide by jumping off of a building, but he is saved by his guardian angel, literally. And then she tells him she is here to make him happy. And then he's like a god candidate, and like Mirai, there are other people of different age and backstories and backgrounds with their own struggles and reason why they wanted to die, because they weren't happy with the world. And the reason why God chose those to be the god candidate is because the god is kind of vanishing, and he thinks that people who are unhappy with this world are the ones who can change it for the better, which is a really good setup. And the story, and as the story goes on, we see characters with different motivations and allies like Mirai and Saki. By the way, I'm super happy for Mirai and Saki. We see villains, self-proclaimed heroes, all with different goals and yet justified perspectives. They're all one but still different, like sides of a cube, which honestly shows humanity here. characters in Platinum End will often have motivations which are one dimensional, but they're presented really well, and the worldview of what they think of God and religion are also presented really well. They are simplistic, but I think it shows how human beings are. We are just simple minded beings stuck in our own worldview and stuck in our own perspectives. Most anime nowadays try to go above and beyond with it,
To infinity and beyond!
but in the end, they don't seem like an average person. Like, there are characters who have like really big values and motivations, but we cannot relate to them because in the end, we are not in those situations. But in that, Platinum End does really well. They seem nothing more than just average human beings. By the way, some people don't like the ending of Platinum End, but I thought it was interesting. It really was Platinum End. I really liked it. And especially, I was really happy for Mirai. Now, coming back to the full circle of the video, the biggest flaw of it is us and the expectations that we create because of having seen Death Note, which was written by Oba, and we were expecting Platinum End to have plot twists like as well as he has written in the past, but that's just not clearly the case because most of the people who saw Platinum End saw it because of the fact that it's by the creator of the Death Note. But like how I said in the beginning of the video, and expectations our expectations were just really high, and those high expectations crushes Platinum End. The truth is nothing will beat Death Note, and a lot of people thought that Platinum End would match it or will try to match it, but they're missing the point. Platinum End, it's about that. It's very human to the core. It's not Death Note. And that's why I think that's what's lacking in this story called Platinum End. And there isn't really much lacking other than it could have had a better animation and a better written story a little, but it's still a really good anime, and what crushes it mainly is our perspective and our expectations we had because of watching Death Note or Byakuman, for example, or because of people overhyping it or something. That's it for the video. I recommend Platinum End. It has a above average storyline, and tell me your thoughts in the comments below. And until then, peace.